Sure. Good evening, dear students. Let us try to continue with your wave optics topic. The next topic after the YDSC is nothing but interference of your thin film of uniform thickness. Interference of your thin film of your uniform thickness. Now, if I now talk about a thin film is nothing but a thin film a thin film means an extremely small thickness extremely small thickness of a transparent medium something like a color sheet, isn't it, like a plastic of your color, like a 3D glasses which you use for seeing the movies. So that is called as of your thin film. So what is a thin film? Like a soap bubble. Soap bubble is also a thin film. A thin film means an extremely very small thickness of your transparent medium. Like say for example, a soap film or a thin film of your oil on the water. That all examples I can take right now for this one. Okay. So what are the examples? A soap film, or I can say that oil spread over water over water, they all act as like a few thin films better, isn't it? So when you're seeing through this one, the different colors might have been seen, if you might have been seen. So when seen in the reflected white light, some beautiful colors might have been seen. This is because of what? Interference between the light waves reflected from the upper and as well as of the lower surface of your thin films. Isn't it? Like say you might have been done experiments so many times with your scales. If you take your 15 centimeter long scale and try to see it from the different directions, you might have been seen like a different colors have been seen from that one, isn't it? So when seen into the reflected part, when we are talking about right now in this one, so what is exactly a thin film? A thin film means an extremely small thickness of a transparent medium. The best example for that one is nothing but of your soap film and oil spread over the water are some of the best examples in which when we are seeing through the reflected white light, when white light is being incident on this one, when white light when white light is reflected or incident, is incident on it due to reflection at upper surface, upper and lower surface, it shows beautiful colors, and this is due to interference. This is due to what? Interference, isn't it? Between what? Light from the upper and as well as of your lower. As both of them originated from the same source, they will be called as right now for me what? Coherent sources. I'll try to draw the diagram and try to understand first this one. So what exactly is a thin film means? A thin film means an extremely small thickness of a transparent medium. The best example for this one is nothing but of your soap film and oil spread over the water. When white light is being incident on it due to the reflection at upper and lower surface, it shows the beautiful colors, and this is due to what better? Interference. Like say for example, if I'm trying to talk about the shapes right now, if I'm taking the shapes for this one, yeah, so this is like a thin okay. So one more sheet I'm taking down. Okay. Like this one. This is a thin sheet, beta. This is a thin sheet of thickness. Say for example, T. Above there is air. Below also there is of your air. This is having a thickness of your T. Refractive index of this one is equals to say for example mu. when a ray of light is being incident on this one, like say for example, this one is your normal. When a ray of light is being incident on this one, like this represents me the angle of incidence I. Certain amount of light will be reflected back. This is the light which is being reflected like this, and certain amount of light is being refracted like this and reaches here. Okay, so this is your angle of your incidence, and this will be the angle of your reflection. You know that angle of incidence and angle of reflection will be one and as well as of your same. So it is undergoing partially reflection and partially refraction. Again, at this surface, if I am taking the normal for this one, say for example, this is your angle of your refraction, that is nothing but of your R. Okay, now this one is also your angle of your R, isn't it? Because of what? Angle of your alternate angles part. Now from here also certain amount of light will reflect back like this. If this is angle of your reflection, this is also your R. Again, this will be the normal right now here. Okay, and here the certain amount of the light might have been reflected back like that. So this one is the transmitted ray. And here also, if I am taking from the Röhrlemm's right now, the ray of light which has been incident, from here it will again undergoes the refraction and bends away and move away like this. Again, here certain amount of light will be reflected back and incident on this one. And from this normal, if I am trying to draw, again it will reflect back. This will be your transmitted wave like this, isn't it? Now this one is your transmitted wave, waves, and this one is also your transmitted ray. This one is reflected ray, and this one is also your reflected ray. Now see here, I'm giving the name for this one. Like say for example, this is your A, this one is your B, this one is say for example C, and this one is say for example some D. Okay, so these are the different namings. And say for example, when it is reaching, this one is say for example of your E. Now see, when a ray is reaching from A to B, at B it is undergoing the reflection and as well as of your refraction. Okay, and this one is say for example F. Okay, and give me any conditions right now, isn't it? So A to B is incident. When it is been incident on the surface, certain amount of light will reflect and certain amount of light will be refract. That means there is a partial reflection and partial refraction. B to C is incidenting on the lower surface. From there it is getting reflected back, so it incident again back right now on C to D is a reflected ray. Again touches the upper surface. Now it is going from denser medium to rarer medium right now. So again it will be trying to undergo the refraction right now for this one. That means if this is your R, this one is also your R part of relation, isn't it? And this will become for me your angle of your incidence, that is nothing but of your I, isn't it? So that will be the basic. Is that clear for everyone? Now see this one, listen it very carefully. By the time B, C, D is coming out, B might have been reflected beta, certain amount of the light, like by the time B is reaching the C and C after reflection reaches the D, the B at the reflected might have been traveled certain distance. So in that distance, what is the path difference means? What you do is, from here you drop a perpendicular right now for this given surface. So if I'm dropping a perpendicular for this surface somewhere like this here. Okay, this one is making an angle of your how much right now? 90 degrees. If this is 90, this one will become for me 90 minus I. So obviously this will become for me angle of your incidence, that is nothing but of your I part of relation. Is the diagram clear beta? The reflected ray at B, by the time B is been reaching the G, isn't it? B might have been traveled the distance C and C to D. By the time B has been traveling a distance B, C, C, D, the B might have been reached a position of your B to G in the air. Okay, by the time C has been reached to the point of your D, that B to G will represents me the path difference. Now see this one right now everyone. So what will be the path difference for this one? Path difference is nothing but what for me? Delta X. Can anyone tell me what is this delta X from the given figure beta? Delta X is equals to, now see, this is nothing but of your F, this is nothing but of your G, and this is nothing but of your H. In this one I can say right now, GH, GF will be equal to your DH. Because they are in the air. What is that extra distance right now for me? BG. Now that BG is nothing but of your path difference right now. So I need to calculate that path difference. Are you getting my point better everyone? See this one, when the ray of light is being incident, on this one right now, A to B, at B it is undergoing the reflection and refraction. By the time the reflected ray is going from B to G, the refracted ray might have been traveled from B to C
I
and C to D. Clear for everyone? So now what is that extra distance right now? B to G is nothing but extra distance when it is coming back into the air right now. Is that clear for me? Now G and F and D and H will be one and the same. That the path difference for that one will become for me 0. For that one, the path difference delta x for this one is nothing but of your 0 because they are going in the parallel direction. If I draw the ray diagram exactly parallel to the given condition. So what will be the path difference right now, beta? Can anyone tell me the path difference? Path difference will be equal to your B to C plus of your C to D minus BG. So that larger distance minus smaller distance will give me the path difference. Is this point clear for everyone, beta? Is this point clear for everyone? Is it point clear for everyone? Give me the answer in the chat box, but it's a very important point for the mains and as well as if you need. Path difference delta x is equals to your BCG, BC plus of your CD minus of your BG. That will give me the path difference. Now you know that when the ray of light is traveling in the denser medium, that we need to multiply with your optical path. So it is mu into your BC plus of your CD minus of your B into G. You know that already we have done that when it is moving in the any denser medium of a glass slab, the path difference will be equal to how much for me? Mu into your x. So delta x will be equal to how much for me? Delta x is equals to this much. Is this point clear for everyone? I'll tell you, see this, how I got that mu value. Where is this one has gone right now for me? Okay, I'll do it later. Okay, so that was about path difference. Now see, when it is in the glass plate, I told you path difference is always equals to how much for me? Mu times of t. Isn't it? Shift will be equal to how much for me? Mu into t minus t, that is equals to mu minus 1 into t. So that is nothing but of your extra path difference when it is been traveling in the air part deflection. This already I had done it in the previous cases right now for you. So please try to go through that given condition. Now for this one, path difference is given by the formula delta x is equals to mu into bc plus cd minus of your bg. Is this path difference clear for everyone, beta? Is this path difference clear for everyone? Why I multiplied by the mu here? Because it is been traveling into the glass slab or into the what do you call that one shift. Okay. So that was about your path difference. Now let us try to apply little bit of your geometry from the given figures right now. Say for example from this one triangle BC. Say for example in this one if I am taking and this one is say for example here K. Okay. BCK and triangle KCD. What are they, beta? They are what for me? Congruent. So therefore I can write BC will be equal to how much for me? CD. So BC will be equal to how much for me? CD. So therefore path difference will become how much for me? Delta x is equals to 2 times of your BC into your refractive index mu minus of your B into G. From the triangle BCK and KCD, they are congruent triangles. BC will be equal to your CD. So for the difference, delta x is equals to BC plus CD are same. That is 2 times of BC into mu minus of your BG. Clear for everyone? Now see, from the figure, cos R is equals to how much you see right now here. So I'm writing here right now. So from this one, cos R is equals to CK divided by your BC. Cos R is equals to your CK divided by your CK is nothing but how much for me right now? Parallel to the given condition. CK is nothing but what for me? Thickness T divided by your BC. So therefore, BC will be equal to how much for me? Thickness T by your cos R. Is the point clear from the figure? From the figure, cos R is equals to how much? Cos R is equals to how much right now? That will be equal to your CK divided by BC. C to C to K is nothing but what? Thickness of the slab, that is T. So BC is equal to how much I'm getting? BC is equals to your T by your cos R. So I can write that value here right now. Therefore, delta X is equals to your 2 into, this one is T by your cos of your R into refractive index mu minus of your BG minus of your B2G. Is it clear for everyone? Is it clear for everyone? Okay, now see. In triangle, I'll write with other pen. In triangle B, G, and D. See the figure right now. B, G, and D. B, G, and D. Have you seen it? B, G is represented by what do you call that one? White color, and capital D is represented by your small d. This one is nothing but of your B, G, and D. See this triangle, but everyone. Is the triangle clear right now? Yeah. So I'm just taking that triangle into consideration. From the triangle B, G, and D, I can write sin I is equals to BG divided by BD. Okay, BG divided by your B2D. Clear for everyone? Okay, so that will be equal to B2G divided by B2D is nothing but what beta? BK plus of your K2D, isn't it? So that is equals to BG divided by 2 times of your BK, because they are same, isn't it? So therefore I can write B2G is equals to your 2 times of your B into K, not a 2-bedroom and kitchen part. So it is nothing but of your sin into your I. So I got that is the value of your BG. Okay. In the same way, triangle BCK. You see the triangle B, C, and K. Triangle BCK. I can write tan R is equals to. See the figure beta. Tan R is equals to BCK. BCK, tan R is equals to, I can write this one as of your BK divided by CK. That is equals to BK. CK is nothing but of your thickness. So from this one I can get BK is equals to T into your tan R. So this is the value of your BK. Okay, so therefore I can write BG is equals to B2G is equals to 2 into T into your tan R into your sin of your I. So this is the value of your BG. So B2G is equals to 2 into thickness. T is nothing but right now here what? Thickness into tan R into your sin of your I part of relation. Clear for everyone? Student Mara sir, I'll tell you, explain you, that's not a problem. Let me just complete with the given conditions. So I got the value of your BG. So I need to calculate this path difference right now here. So delta X is equals to your how much? See. So I can write here delta X is equals to your 2 into T by your cos R into refractive index is nothing but here mu minus this one is nothing but 2 into thickness T into your tan I into your sin of your I. Tan I, tan R gada, this one is tan R. Tan R is equal, yeah, this one is nothing but of your tan R, yeah, tan R into your sin I. Achinda, so from this one I can write the refractive index right now for me. You know that as refractive index mu is equals to sin I by your sin of your R. So from this one I can write sin I is equals to mu into your sin R. From your ray optics topic. Refractive index is equals to how much for me? Refractive index is equals to sin I by your sin R. So path difference will become how much for me right now? See, path difference delta X will become for me how much? Delta X is equals to your 2 into T into mu divided by cos R minus this is 2 into T into your sin R divided by your cos R into mu into your sin of your R. Okay, so this will become for me 2T into mu divided by your cos R into 2T, I will take common, so it is 1 minus of your sin square into your R. So that will become for me 2T into mu divided by your cos R into this one is nothing but a cos square into R. So this cos square R and this square will get cancelled right now for me. So path difference is coming out for me. Delta X is equals to 2T into mu into your cos of your r. So this is your path difference formula. I'll come back once again. You see right now, everyone, very important derivation. Actually, awesomely though, you can directly remember the direct result for doing the numericals, but still try understanding the concept will help you out in detail doing of your little bit good and standard type of questions. Now see what exactly I was trying to help you out is talking about interference of your thin films of your uniform thickness. Now, see, in a school days, you might have been seen that if you take a scale, even now, if you have a scale, the general geometric scale, which you might have been seen, which is made up of your plastic particulation, if you bend it at a certain angle and you see it, you will be seeing some rainbow color type of relations. What is actually happening in that? Or else, if you see that oil is being spread on the water, you might be seeing the colors on that one. Some beautiful type of colors might have been seen. That all phenomena are based upon the principle of your interference. What does that say is when I'm defining a thin film means a thin film is nothing but an extremely small thickness of a transparent medium. So we can directly remember as something like a 3D glasses of which you've been used for watching 3D movies, isn't it? The best example for them are soap films, oil spread on the water are some of the best example. Now, what exactly is happening in this one? You see what happened is when a white light is being incident, like say a white light is nothing but AB is been incident due to the reflection at upper and lower surface. I'm talking about only the reflection beta. Reflection at your upper and lower surface. Reflection at upper surface is BG. Reflection at your lower surface means B to D. Isn't it? So I'm talking about these two surfaces only. So when white light is being incident on it due to reflection at the upper and lower surface, it shows some beautiful colors, and this is purely due to the interference. Now here only the mathematics has been involved. Now see, from A to B, the moment the ray of light has been traveling, at B it is undergoing reflection and it undergoes the reflected ray. B to F is your reflected ray. But it is also undergoing the refraction and it undergoes the refraction. B to C is your refracted ray, touches the lower surface, again it undergoes the reflection and refraction. At the lower surface, the reflection is C to D and the refracted ray is C, which has been going in the outward direction. Okay, now by the time B has been traveled a distance from B to C and C to D and coming back to the air, the B at the upper surface might have been traveled an extra distance. That way I'm calling it as of your B to G. Now, if I need to calculate the path difference, like BCD is 10 centimeter and BG is 5 centimeters, what is the path difference you will tell? This 10 minus 5, that is nothing but a path difference. That's what I have done here right now. In the path difference, delta x is equals to, now see the diagram, B to C plus C to D minus of your BG. That is nothing but of your path difference, because I'm talking about only the reflected ray with the upper surface and the lower surface. Now, so delta x is equals to now. You know that when the ray of light is been traveling in any denser medium, we have been introduced a small concept called as of an optical path or the path difference when it is been passing through the glass slab. That is how much for me mu into t. That already I did it in the previous section of a class. So that is the reason the distance that traveled in the thickness of the sheet is mu into BC plus CD minus BG. So that is the one which we have got the relation. Now I need to get the value of BC, CD and BG from the triangles whichever have been formed in the figure. Now see the figure very carefully. I have taken the triangle, first one is BCK. I hope everyone is able to see the triangle. BCK is one triangle. Another one is nothing but KC and as well as if it is. Both of them are congruent triangles. So obviously BC will be equal to your CD, whatever the distance has been traveled in the slab. So BC will be equal to CD. So from that one I got delta x is equal to 2 times of BC into refractive index minus. Is that clear for everyone? So now when I'm talking about these given conditions right now, this is not required. I'm removing this one. Sure. Now see here. So when I'm talking about this one, so it is 2 times of now. What is the value of your BC you see? Now how do you calculate the value of BC? So from C from the triangle, cos R is equals to cos theta. Cos R is equals to how much you see right now? Okay, cos R is equals to CK divided by your BC. Are you able to see that diagram right now? Cos theta from the figure. Cos R is equals to CK divided by BC. C to K is nothing but thickness T divided by BC. So I got the value of BC. So you may ask you, what is the distance traveled by the light? Only in the thickness of the plate. BC value is how much? BC is equals to T by cos R. Deen paina kuda direct problems adige chances unnai. Isn't it? So what I did it. So I missed somewhere here right now. Or right now we are congruent triangles. Isn't it? So what are the congruent triangles I have taken right now here? BCK and as well as of your CK and as well as of your D part of relation. Is getting rubbed now. Okay, fine, no problem. So I got the value of this one beta. Where it has been wrote, yeah. From this congruent triangles means BC will be equal to C to D. So therefore I can write here delta X is equals to mu times of your 2 times of BC in minus of your B2G. Got it now? Chalo. Now how do you get the value of your BC? I got the value of your BC from the figure, that is T by cos R. That value I have substituted here. So it is 2 into BC value is T by cos R into refractive index minus BG. Now I need to get the value of your BG. Now see, in the triangle BGD, B, G and D, upper part of a triangle. So from that one, sin I is equals to BG by your BD. That is equals to your, how much will be? That is equals to your BG by B2D is nothing but of your BK plus of your KD. That are same property, BG by 2 times of BK. So BG value I got how much for me? 2BK into sin I. In the same way from the triangle BCK, BCK lower quadrant triangle, tan R is equals to BK by CK. CK value is nothing but how much from the figure? T. So it is BK is equals to T into tan R. So that value I am substituting in this one. So if I am substituting that one, I am getting right now that value. BC is equals to 2 into T into tan R into sin I. T is nothing but what? Thickness. So I got the value of BG ultimately. That value of a BG I am substituting here. So this is delta X is equals to 2T mu by cos R minus 2T into tan R into sin I. As refractive index is equals to mu is equals to sin I by sin R, which is known as of your Snell's law. So sin I is equals to mu into your sin R. So from this one, delta X is equals to how much for me? 2T into mu divided by cos R minus 2T by tan R value is equals to how much for me? Sin I value of refractive index tan R is equals to how much I can write? Sin by your cos into sin I value is equals to how much? This value I am substituting in this one. So it is mu into sin R. I'm just multiplying this one. So it is 2T mu by cos R. So 2T by your cos R, 2T by your cos R is common. Into refractive index is nothing but of your mu. That is also common into 1 minus of your sin square R. And then so that is equals to 2T into mu divided by cos R into cos square R. So simplifying it, we are getting delta X is equals to 2T mu into your cos R. You don't get that much of detailed derivation anywhere of your any reference, even though if you go for your Cengage or Mini B, any other reference part deflation. So please try to see that I have done the derivation very detailedly, keeping in mind the basics of your geometry. But ultimately, what is the relation which has been useful for doing the problem in this one is nothing but of your delta X is equals to 2T mu into your cos R, 2T into mu into your cos R part relation. And we need to remember one point right now here. In the waves gonna kaipote manaki general ga ardhamaitadi. Whenever a wave is being going in this one like this. Okay. For one path difference, this one is how much for me? Pi. For pi, the path difference will be equal to how much beta? Pi by 2. Because we know delta phi is equals to 2 pi by lambda into delta x. Isn't it? If the phi value is nothing but equal to pi, that is equals to your 2 pi by lambda into path difference delta x. So this pi will get cancelled. So delta x will be equal to how much for mu? Lambda by 2. That means whenever a ray of light is being reflected from one medium, for one half wave, the path difference is how much for me? Lambda by 2. That is the reason in this equation, whatever I got right now, delta x is equals to 2t into mu into cos r, we need to add the lambda by 2. Clear? Clear? Because when the ray of light is going from denser medium to rarer medium, okay, I'll write here right now. When moving from denser to rarer medium, it suffers an extra path difference. An extra path difference of lambda by 2. So net path difference will be, therefore, net path difference is equals to 2 mu t into your cos of your r plus of your lambda by 2. So this will be your formula to be remembered. Why lambda by 2? I have already given you, because an ray of light is going from your denser medium back to the rarer medium. It undergoes an extra path difference of your lambda by 2 particle relation. That proof I have given here right now. If you need to understand, you can go through this one. So the extra path difference when the ray of light is going from rarer medium to denser medium is lambda by 2 in the waves. That is the reason net path difference, whatever I'm writing, that is equals to 2 mu 2 into cos r plus pi by 2. This is the one which you need to remember for your interference. In the interference due to thin films, what is the path difference means? Delta x is equals to 2 mu t cos r plus of your lambda by 2. This is only the thing which is important for your JE mains and advanced and as well as of your NEET exams. This is only the result. The derivation me understanding question Japano. Whenever you feel you have a little bit of your good understanding, you can go to the derivation part through the conditions right now. Now see if I'm talking about for the bright point and as well as of a dark point right now in this one. See for example, for bright fringes. For bright fringes. Sorry. For bright fringes. For bright fringes, path difference is how much better? Delta x will be equal to how much for me? N into lambda. So therefore, I can write from this one 2 mu t into cos r, 2 mu t into cos r plus lambda by 2 must be equal to n into lambda. Is that clear for everyone? Is it clear for everyone? Or I can even write this one as 2 mu t into cos r is equals to lambda by 2 if I take on other side. So that will become for me how much better? 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2. I'm just simplifying it in detail. So it is 2 mu t into your cos r is equals to, I can even write this one as of your r 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. This means here n is equal to how much one? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are the some of the formulas you need to remember for the dark and as well as of your bright fringes. This is my ultimate formula. Okay, I'm just simplifying that better. 2n minus 1, this cannot you start from n is equals to 1. If I'm taking 2n plus 1, you start it from your n is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3. This already I told you in the interference pattern when to take minus and when to take of your plus part of relation. Clear for everyone? For the bright fringe. Now if I'm talking about your dark fringes. For dark fringe. For a dark fringe. For a dark fringe, this path difference delta x will be equal to how much better? Can anyone tell me? Delta x is equal to how much for me? 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. So delta x value is how much for me? Delta x value is equals to 2 mu t into your cos of your r plus lambda by 2 is equals to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. That means if I simplify this one, or I can write this one as 2 mu t into your cos of your r is equals to lambda by 2. You take on other side. So this will become for me n into lambda. Where n is equal to how much for me? 0, 1, 2, 3, go on like this. So now you got for bright fringe what is the formula, and for dark fringe what is the formula. Clear for everyone? అర్థమైందా మరోసారి చెప్పనా చూడండి ఒకసారి క్లియర్గా ప్లీజ్ లెట్ మీ నో ఇన్ ద చాట్ బాక్స్. When a ray of light is undergoing the path difference due to the reflection, so what is the path difference? It 2 mu t cos r plus of your lambda by your 2. Okay, now for dark fringes you know the formula delta x, and dark fringes and bright fringes you already know the what do you call that one, what are the given points. For bright fringe delta x is n lambda, and for dark fringe delta x is equal to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. Delta x value is simplify cheyandi, that will give me the answer. Okay na? Sure. Let us try to go for the next one better. It's very important. Now interference in transmitted light. Interference in transmitted light. interference in your transmitted light. Okay, so done. See this one. As transmitted wave, as a transmitted rays do not suffer any reflection, do not suffer any reflection from surface of denser medium. The path difference will be the path difference between any two successive rays will be, again మళ్ళీ పెద్ద డెరివేషన్ ఇది అవసరం లేదు, సో డైరెక్ట్లీ యూ రిమెంబర్ ద రిలేషన్. ఫర్ దిస్ వన్ path difference will be delta x is equals to 2 into 2 mu t into your cos r. Only thing is we don't get that lambda by 2. So for bright fringe, if I am writing, okay, for a bright fringe, and for a dark fringe. Okay, so interference due to the transmitted light formula in the delta x is equals to 2 mu t into your cos r. For bright fringe, if I am writing 2 mu t into your cos r will be equal to n into lambda beta. And for the dark fringe, if I am writing 2 mu t into your cos r is equals to 2n plus 1 into your lambda by 2. So directly you can remember the relation. That is more than enough for the examination. If you need to go for the derivation, we can also go for the derivation, but it is of no use right now. One derivation already I have done it in detail so that you get a rough idea. But this derivation is also not there in your syllabus, in your what do you call that one, NCERT books. Directly the relation has been given in your NCERT. What he had done is he has just written the statement interference of a thin uniform being any, and he has given this diagram roughly, and he has directly written this relation delta x is equals to your 2 mu t cos r plus of your lambda by 2. I have given you in detail about the derivation of that one, how we got it. And when you are writing for the dark fringe, it is what is the formula, and for the bright fringe, what is the basic formula part of relation. And in the interference due to the transmitted ray beta, if I am seeing the transmitted wave right now, see here, it is getting stuck. I don't know why it is getting stuck. Yeah. See, this is your transmitted ray. So there is no reflection in the transmitted ray. So that is the reason there is no path difference. As there is a no path difference for that one, so I'm writing that step directly. For the interference due to transmitted ray, it is asking means path difference is delta x is equal to 2 mu t into your cos r. For bright fringe, what you'll write? Dark fringe, what you'll write is delta x for the bright fringe is n lambda. For dark fringe, it is nothing but of your 2n plus 1 into your lambda by 2 part of relation. So these are the some of the formulas you need to remember for the relation. Where n value is equal to how much better here? N value is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. And here also n value is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 given for the given condition. Clear for everyone? Is it clear? Okay now? Sure. Let us try to do one problem based on this one. Beta. Okay. Now I'll roughly write the formulas which are to be used here right now, beta. So I'll just keep a note and I'll try to write the formulas. For reflected ray, for reflected system of light, number one, maxima if I'm talking about. For maxima, what is the formula beta? 2 mu t.
2n minus 1.
Yes, beta. For maxima, what happened? Yeah. For maxima, 2 mu t cos r. Yeah. For maxima, what is the formula I told you better? 2 mu t into your cos r is equals to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. In the same way, if I'm talking about minima, for minima, what is the formula better? 2 mu t into your cos r is equals to n into lambda. Second one, if I'm going for transmitted wave, for transmitted system of light, for transmitted system of light, first one, number one, if I'm talking about maxima, 2 mu t into your cos r must be equal to n into lambda. The same way for minima, if I'm going, this will be 2 mu t into your cos r is equals to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. For all these four cases, n value will be equal to how much only? 0, 1, 2, 3, go on. T is your what beta? T is your thickness. T is your thickness. Lambda is your wavelength. And mu is equals to refractive index. Okay, so let us try to do one problem based upon this concept. For light of wavelength, lambda is equals to 6.0 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter. It is found that in a thin film of air, 9 fringes occur between 2 points. First off, the difference of the thin films, the difference of film thickness between these points will be. This is the question. First, try to read the question carefully, beta. For a light of wavelength, how much for me? 6.0 into 10 to the power of minus 3. It is found that in a thin film of air, 9 fringes occur between 2 points. The difference of the thin films between these points will be equal to how much? That means the condition for the two maxima at the different thickness of the thin film for normal incidence. Because he's telling that reference thickness of the given conditions here, nothing is being given means we need to take the normal incidence. Sorry, it is the start finally. Okay, now if nothing is being given angle of incidence, it means it should be assumed as what? Normal incidence. Okay, that means I will become for me 0. So the condition for what? Two maxima at a different thicknesses. For a light of wavelength this much is found that in a thin film of air, 9 fringes occur between the 2 points. How many fringes? 9 fringes. The difference of the points will be equal to how much? That means it is nothing but what right now? It is your condition for two maxima at a different thickness. That means 2 mu into thickness T1 is equals to 2 times of your N1 plus of your 1 plus 1 into lambda by 2. Okay. And another one will become how much for me? 2 times of mu into thickness 2 is equals to 2 into N2 plus 1 into this one is also lambda by 2. Isn't it? So therefore, I'll write this one as 2 mu into your T2 minus of T1. T2 minus of T1 from equation 1 and from equation 2. That is equals to how much for me? N2 minus of N1 into your lambda. Okay. So given lambda is how much for me, beta? Lambda is 6.0 into 10 to the power of minus 7. And the difference between the fringes, that means N2 minus N1 is given as 9. And for air, you know that refractive index is nothing but equal to how much for air is nothing but of your 1. So difference in the thin filament and right now for me T2. T2 minus of your T1 must be equal to your how much? That will be equal to how much for me? N2 minus N1 into lambda divided by your 2 times of your refractive index. So this will become our formula for the difference of the thickness. So that is equals to your 9 into this one is 6.0 into 10 to the power of minus 7 divided by 2 into refractive index of your air is nothing but 1. So simplify this one, that will give me the answer. So that will come out for me 10 to the power of 6.0. It is 9 by 2 to 9, 9. It is 2.7 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. Or else this will become for me 2.6 microns. So that will be your answer. Okay, now see here. For a light of wavelength this much, it is found that in a thin film of air, 9 fringes are been occurred. In a thin film means right now like this. This is your thickness T1 and this is your thickness T2. In between these two, how many fringes are been obtained right now? 9 fringes are been obtained. So I'm talking about the first surface, 2 mu into T1. Angle of incidence is how much for mu? I is equals to 0. So I'm using the formula for your maxima. For maxima formula, what is the formula we got for the maxima beta? 2 mu T into cos R is equals to your 2n plus 1 into your lambda by 2. అంతే కదా రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ సిస్టమ్ కి 2 mu t into cos r is equal to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. Cos r value is nothing but normal incidence కాబట్టి it is nothing but how much for me over 0. Angle of incidence is nothing but of your 0. So 2 mu t into what? For the first surface 2 mu into t1 is equals to 2 times of n1 plus 1 into lambda by 2. For the second surface 2 mu into t2 is equals to 2n2 plus 1 into lambda by 2. So simplifying it, we'll be getting the relation for that. Okay.